Let's move on now to the next part of the application. As far as, let's look in the data sheet and see these four buttons and what the purposes of them are. Then we'll look at the application map that simulates the same thing, but only it's a different view version. Okay, what I'll show you is, we just showed you a little while ago, when you click on this, you get the projects listing, and you can navigate using the button at the end of each row to go to that particular project. The next one is the project members, and these are the individuals that are assigned to the project, and you can add them in this record if you needed to. For example, I can go down here, click in, and add another team member, and I have their start to end dates. Now be aware that different team members may have a range of dates that is different depending on their tasks that they have to do. And how do you know that? You look at the assignments here. These are the assignments of the people, and they should have a team member report or table that indicates their individual days and what they're doing as far as the individual. If I click on this record right here, the button, it'll take me into the individual team member by that individual's name and what project they're on, their budget amount, that is the total that's calculated with the information that is put in this screen. Let's take a few minutes to look at how this works. Most projects usually have a chronological listing of all the different things that can be put into the project as far as the team members are concerned. In this case, if you're looking at Alex Amp, this is his individual project team member report, where he is summarizing all the activity that he's going to have on this project and summarizing each one of those different things. Let's move to a different one. For example, I'll go to Ben Franklin's and edit his. If I click here, it's going to show his record in the 200. So you can navigate through the different people that are on the project by scrolling through here. Like if I want to see Barry Light, you can see he's got a lot of data in here and some for labor, but he has nothing else in there. He's not using or paying for facilities, other services, equipment, design drawings, other costs. Other costs are a catch-all for things that were bid as individual things like doing manuals, marketing information, whatever. But he may also have travel. Maybe he's going to a vendor to do a vendor selection, and there's a travel expenses that are related to that, maybe a air travel or ground travel, and those costs are put in here for the individual day or date range that this person's actually doing that task. For example, you may have travel expenses at a location where it goes a number of days, but you can only have travel on one day to go and one to come back. And then whatever ground travel you're paying for, which might be a rental car or a cab, is captured by the day and then summarized down here at the bottom. So each one time that you say you go to some place, and if you had a rental car for 3 days, that would be summarized in the ground travel. Expenses are things like meals, hotel expenses, and those other things that you need to travel and track as far as costs are concerned. Now, when you're doing a new project, you try to estimate all that information, because the team leader, project manager, and the chief engineer are going to need this information to put it together to give the cost of the total team effort back to the marketing group. Now this may vary. It may be higher than or less than, depending on the individual person. For example, if you're given a task to do on a certain day and it's 8 hours and you only use 5 and you complete the task, you don't change this. You continue to go as though it was just the same way. And as the project manager sees information that shows that you have an excess of time, he may want to use that time either for another person on the team that is not actually making his goal and doing his thing as far as time and labor is concerned, and materials and costs. So it's up to the project manager again to identify each thing that's going on and whether it's going to run over or under the budget. The whole concept behind this is a definable way to track all the labor and materials and all the other things that are being used on the project. Okay, you can see at the top in this screen, the project team assignment, it brings the project data over. It also brings in a scrollable list here for all the different projects and all team members that are related to those, so you can jump back and forth without having to go back to a list view. Again, this is the individual in this case that is doing this particular task or list of tasks, and the summarization of cost. You can also come over and put in data to back up changes like you're under budget, over budget, or you exceeded something, or you have not identified an injuring issue that might have come up during the project, and it's going to cost the company more money to do that. That needs to be annotated down here. Okay, let's stop for now and then come back in and redo the next one that we're going to go to, which is the portal and the team schedule as far as the way it looks and how it functions and what's it supposed to do.